That down, guys. Let's move on to this, shall we? Apple TV Plus, starting today and for the next few days, is free.
Woo-woo.
They're doing free from January 3rd through to January 5th, where if you've never had Apple TV Plus, you can, for free for the next couple of days, go and check it out. I remember back in the early days of pay TV in Canada, we had I think there were 2 pay TV channels. Guys in the live chat who are Canadian, remind me if I'm wrong. There were 2 where you would pay a monthly fee and you got this box that was a descrambler box. Those of you who are old enough remember this. You could try to watch the channels without the descrambler box, but it would be all distorted and everything like that. And sometimes we'd watch the late night porn on it and you're like, oh, I think I made out a nipple or something like that. Hey, that's what you did when you were a kid.
Wow.
That's what you did when you were a kid. Anyway, so I think it was called Super Channel and the other was First Choice. Anyway, and every once in a while...
Don't anyway that. We got some problems right now.
I'm pretty sure I can make something out.
I used to watch... No, I know what you're saying. I used to watch wrestling pay-per-views that way.
Really?
I would change it to channel 3, and then if you change the channel to 4 on the antenna, you would get the sound, but the distorted. So I know what you're talking about. I used to watch all the WWF pay-per-views that way.
Yeah, and that's how it worked for our pay TV channels, right? And then every once in a while, I still remember the first time they did a free weekend so you could check it out. And I remember they showed Star Wars that weekend and all that kind of stuff. And it worked. A lot of people signed up for pay TV, and it sounds like Apple is doing that same thing. And it's not new in the streaming world. Others have tried it. But I think this might be the first time Apple TV Plus has done it. Anyway, this comes from the folks over at IndieWire. Right, Apple TV Plus is free this weekend. They said, here's a little treat to start the new year right. Apple TV Plus will be streaming all of its shows for free this weekend, January 3rd through January 5th. The worldwide special is available on any device where Apple TV Plus is available. So if you have a Google Chromecast or a Google Streamer or a Roku, you can use that to watch this.
Here's my problem. Like, do you have to create an account? I know the thing is, I'm so lazy creating an account now. Like, even if it's just filling in your email and putting in a password, I'm so lazy to do that. I remember when they used to give us free a free weekend on like HBO, like on cable. You used to just change the channel to HBO and it would be on. And that would make it
that was a cable
network,
network,
but
right?
I'm saying...
So my guess is you'll have to create an account, which will take all of about 5 seconds. But I don't think you'll probably have to give them any credit card information or anything.
Right.
Don't quote me on that. I'm just
You might
speculating.
just do like an Apple ID login.
Am I alone in this? Are you guys tired of creating accounts for everything?
Well, let's stay on track for a second. Let me get through the rest of the article here. Any advice where Apple TV is available per the press release? All fans need, here it is. All fans need is an Apple ID. So you, Ray, as you're on a Mac Studio, you have an Apple ID.
Oh, okay.
Right. So all you have to do is use that to sign in.
All right.
And
So
all that kind of stuff.
I'll just click open the app and then it should work.
It should work. It might ask you to put in your Apple ID, but then you should be good to go, theoretically. Now, I've been an Apple TV Plus subscriber since it launched, because right before it launched, I bought an iPad, and that got me like a year of Apple TV Plus for free, and I've signed up for it since. But I thought we would talk for a second about, guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside, and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. What should you watch? What should you watch? Because it is only a couple of days, right? You got 3 days.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what I watched 2 seasons of in their entirety in the last 24 hours?
What?
The Diplomat with Kerry Russell.
Oh, how is it?
It's fantastic.
Okay.
I'm
on
like,
my list. I never watch it, and I don't know why.
I had never heard of the show, and then I was going through my YouTube feed, and a couple of clips from that show came up, and I'm like, Allison Janney is in one of the clips. I'm like,
yeah.
what is this? And so I watched the first episode, and I never stopped. And at like 3 a.m. this morning, I finished season 2, and like, oh, better go to bed.
Okay.
It's really good, but that's not on Apple TV Plus. What should you guys watch on Apple TV Plus? Now, the good folks over at IndyWire, they have some suggestions, and they've got some good ones. Severance, they're saying, hey, if you're going to check out Apple TV Plus, at least, and I wholeheartedly agree, check out a couple of episodes of Severance. They're getting ready to start season 2, which happens in just a week or 2, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they did that little 8-minute teaser
January,
as well.
That's right. They pulled a Craven and put the first 8 minutes out.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did.
That's the 17th.
So they're suggesting Severance. They're also suggesting The After Party, which I know Chris is a big fan of The After
Love
Party.
the after party.
So go check out a couple of episodes of that. They're also suggesting Bad Sisters, which I got to say, I've never watched Bad Sisters.
It's so good.
Is it really good?
It's so good. Ooh, season 2 was messy and in the best way. Oh my gosh.
Like
Highly
bad as in
recommend.
bad?
No, as in like, they're kind of bad. But
Okay.
they're kind of bad.
I mean,
but
like-
they're just a bunch of great Irish women, and it's super fun.
Okay.
The
And
other
you will-
one-
you will never hate a villain more than season 1. Truly. He's
The other one they're
worst.
suggesting that I've never watched is Bad Monkey, which is another
So
one that you
good.
have watched. This is the Vince Vaughn one, right?
Yeah.
So they're suggesting Bad
Fabulous.
Monkey. And the last one they're suggesting is a show I thought was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting anything out of it, but it was The Morning Show. And it's won a bunch of Emmys and stuff like that too. I would throw in a couple here.
Yeah.
All those are worth it, especially Severance, After Party. The one you got to check out is pretty much the flagship of Apple TV Plus. It's the one that really got most people talking about it once it came out, and that was Ted Lasso.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, use this opportunity to watch 3 or 4 episodes this weekend to at least get a sense of what the hype was about. It's wonderful. But obviously, you guys who watch my show know what I'm going to say is you have to watch. Like, if you could only watch one thing, if you only had time to watch just a couple of episodes, you did not have time for anything else, it's got to be Shrinking. Shrinking is, quite frankly, I think the best show they've ever put out.
Yeah.
I say this as somebody who has raved about Ted Lasso. I think this is better than Ted Lasso, although Ted Lasso is truly awesome. You should watch that too. But this is I think this might be in my top 10 favorite shows ever, like all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's so brilliantly done, emotional and funny. And again, I can't remember the last time Harrison Ford was this good. Long and short of it, Chris, Apple TV, they don't play the quantity game like Netflix does.
Yeah.
They just try to put out the best quality stuff they can. And they're not batting 1,000, but I'd say they're batting like 850, 900 or something like that. What would be your recommendations for people to check out this weekend on Apple TV Plus?
I mean, definitely the aforementioned ones. I will say After Party season 1 is my favorite. Season 2 was still fun, but not as much of the original cast because it's a new crime. So I think Monarch is definitely worth checking out.
Oh, I
if you were
forgot that
into
was Apple TV Plus.
This is what's so great about Apple TV, and this is why it is one of my favorite streamers, is because there is so much different genre stuff on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody, because you got
That's what
For
I was
All
gonna
Mankind,
Right,
that
For
you
All
can watch on
Mankind.
there. You've got Monarch. what is it? Door Prize?
Yeah, Big Door
Big Door
Prize.
Prize is so interesting and weird.
I'm not familiar with Big Door Prize. Oh, I remember. I was asking. I've
Yeah.
never heard of this. What is it? And then you
It's
explained
the
it to
guy
me.
from
That's right.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, it's so fun and weird and kitschy. There's just really cool things that you can see on there. I'm trying to think of some. There's a Silo.
Silo.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Silo's
Silo's great.
fabulous.
There was
Silo's so good.
my favorite, but everyone else hates, Invasion.
Invasion was super
There's
good
that-
for me.
Invasion.
There's that one that had that great idea about they were selling property on the moon. I forgot what it was
Oh
called.
my gosh, yeah. I
And
fell
that-
off of that one, but it was really interesting with Billy Crudup.
Yeah, it
That
was
one was
just
fun.
Chris Evans had that one show.
Oh, Defending Jacob.
Defending
which is
Jacob?
Fabulous. He is so
And-
so good in it. Presumed Innocent, I believe,
The
was on
Jake
there too, with
Gyllenhaal
Jake
one,
Gyllenhaal. Oh my gosh, and then
before you get lost in the series. Don't forget if you haven't seen it yet, Tetris, the movie.
Tetris.
It's on there.
But here's the thing.
Coda.
I don't know if they're including the movies on it.
Oh,
It just like
Okay.
they very well may be, but
If
just
they
the
are-
thing I read, it's just all their shows. So
if they are,
yeah, if they are, you gotta check it out. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Are you one of those people who doesn't have Apple TV Plus yet? If so, are you going to be checking it out? I highly recommend you do. If you do have Apple TV Plus, what are the shows that you would recommend to people that they absolutely have to get a taste of this weekend? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.